All right, choppers. Good evening. Hope everyone is well, and I hope you had a fantastic Sunday. I had a good one, man, and I'm hoping that you also had a good one. Choppers. Let me reduce my mic a bit. Hope everyone can hear me. All right, let's not forget to like the stream. Let's ensure that we like the stream tonight. So tonight is all about questions as well as exploring different strategies and the use of artificial intelligence. Guys, I've got some good news for you. There's something that I've been testing for quite some time, and it's remarkable, man. You know, AI is, for those of you that are struggling with COT data, right? The COT report, you cannot read the COT data like, you cannot make sense of it, like where hedge funds and money managers, right? Put their orders. So there's something fantastic that I have for you guys. Stay tuned. Ensure that you like. Let's like. I'm giving you guys 5 seconds to like the stream, and we are starting. It's a Sunday today for me. No coffee. Fortune is asking a very good question. I'll get to you now. Let's mark the register, guys. Just before we do that, I want to take this time to congratulate you guys, right? We did it again. We are now sitting on 5,100 subscribers, right? So a big congratulations to the Choppers community. Just the other day we were clocking 4,000, and within a few weeks we are now on 5,000. So well done, guys. Well done. Let me mark the register. Sister Nontlata is in the house. Mohau is in the house. Tidis is in the house. Sia PZ is in the house. We've got Brad Mutaza also. Brad, did you manage to make your deposit? I think last time you were struggling. I hope you are sorted. Sange is in the house. Relaxing Focus Music is saying, thank you for your time, Mr. President. We look forward to learning and empowering knowledge and skills. It's only a pleasure for me to serve you guys. Like I always say, I'm just I'm trying to give back to what I can give, and I'm only looking to work with people that are, serious, right? People that are willing to put in the effort, and man. So let's work. It's a Sunday. I know I've taken time, but remember, ladies and gentlemen, you are the one that chose this day, not me, right? I ask you if we should do it Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Majority rules, right? As choppers, we work with majority. So most of you are saying Sunday evening, and it's only an honor that I come and I save you guys on a Sunday like this. So I want us to utilize artificial intelligence in our trading. I've been talking about this for quite some time now, and I've been saying it's high time we look into it, right? Trading is not always about knowing it all, but it's also about trying different strategies at times, right? If maybe you find yourself in a position where you're like, okay, fine, I want to introduce something new. Like on the community, we've been saying we want to look into XRP, right? To diversify our crypto portfolio, we wanted to look into XRP. So you have to backtest it, you have to look at it, you have to study it, and if you engage with other people, also learn from other people, and that's what we appreciate about this community. And again, there's still a lot. There's still a lot that we need to do as a community. You know, I think there's a video that I just recently uploaded about tax, right? Man, don't shoot the messenger. I'm only the messenger. I am not a SARS representative, right? I don't work for SARS. I'm only giving you guys basic. By the way, that video, guys, it's just basic, right? Basic stuff. You can get on the internet and make a research about this. You're gonna find most of this stuff. So what I did is, when I had my interview with ENCA, it was only 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So I made like a 15 minutes video to try to explain at large what is happening and why SARS had a crypto unit, right? If you were to ask me, is it fair? Absolutely not, right? I don't think it's fair. But at the end of the day, bear in mind that I am only the messenger. I don't work for SARS. SARS didn't send me, because I've been receiving countless of messages, man. People saying, why are you exposing the industry and why not? And it's all about information, ladies and gentlemen. I released that video just to give you guys information, right? I'm not exposing anyone. Most of you didn't know, right, that you need to pay tax. You didn't know that you need to pay tax. And again, there are people that are still saying, no, but you need to fall within a certain threshold. Absolutely. That's why it is important, guys, when you watch our content, right, ensure that you get into our page, right? There's a video I did about tax, right? How South African traders pay tax. You need to make at least 97,000 per annum, right? Different categories there. All the information is there. Check it out first. And if you're getting confused with the video that was released like a day ago about cryptocurrency and tax, right? If you're getting confused, go and check the first video uploaded. It has all the information. Some of you are panicking for nothing. Don't panic as yet. If you don't fall within a certain, if you don't make more than 97,000 per annum, you don't have anything to stress about. Some of you are like, I was involved in crypto, I lost all my money. Why should you pay tax if you lost your money? They can only tax you on your profits, right? So still, same rule applies. Don't panic. Don't panic. If you don't make enough, they won't tax you, all right? They won't tax you. But there's one suggestion that I liked, and I appreciate this person that came up with this suggestion. He said, how about we have a Forex or a financial market meetup, right? Which is a brilliant idea. How about we meet up, right? All of us, whether you're in crypto, Forex, stocks, how about we make a meetup, right? We invite the FSCA, we invite the SARS representatives, we also invite the the tax professionals, right? Let them come together. I don't mind. If you want me to do that, I can organize that, and we can see if we can get different sponsors to come in. Maybe we book a hall and it must be on site and online, right? We all coming together. We are all frustrated by this, and most people, and what is frustrating is that a lot of these tax professionals don't even know what they're doing. Even representatives from SARS, if you sit down with them, some of them, they don't even know what trading is all about. And I think that's what is frustrating. So let's get in. Let's make a seminar where all of us are coming, a free seminar where all of us are coming. Maybe we can even talk to Okta to say, can you sponsor this event? We want to talk about tax, man. This thing is it's causing a lot of division, and many people don't understand what it's all about, right? So I am saying, let's make a meetup. All of us, we come in one room. For those of you that are far, or maybe we can even make it a 4-city meetup where we start in Johannesburg, Pretoria, Durban, and Cape Town, right? We go all over and we discuss this, because it is affecting everybody. And I understand you guys are frustrated to say, why should we be paying tax? But if we are in one room, right, then we can ask all these questions. Because I also have, the information that I have might be limited. But if they can come in and you face them and you ask them this question, okay, fine, you say I must pay tax, I make more than 97,000 per annum, right? Why should I pay tax? They should answer, right? If I exchange crypto to crypto, why should I be they'll be in a good space to answer that. So don't shoot the messenger, right? A lot of people or were appreciating the content, and a lot of people were attacking me. I don't understand why you are attacking me. I mean, I'm just a messenger, right? But it's all love, man. What I'm trying to do with our channel is that we come in together, we bring forth solution. If you are negative and you've got nothing going on in your life and you've got nothing to do with your life and you want to be negative in this channel, you are in the wrong channel, I'm going to block you, right? I'm simply going to block you. I'm not going to entertain anyone that will come here with a negative energy. We are already having a negative energy already, but the market itself is a lot for us. So we will not going to entertain negative energy and whatnot nonsense. You come on this channel, you act like a clown, I block you, and I'm going to make you trend. I don't mind even boosting my socials with your name, right? I'm only looking for people that are serious, people that wants to level up, right? We are not only here focusing on the charts. There are a lot of you here, you are doing other businesses, and I said I am available to help you with the tools and knowledge I have about investing and scaling in other businesses, right? So if you are serious, you're on the right channel. If you want to fool around, you want to act like a clown, I'm promising you now, I'm going to block you. Let's get to the chart shoppers. Once again, a big, massive congratulations to you guys for reaching 5,000 subscribers, right? So what I have with me here is a Nasdaq chart. So I have Nasdaq on 1 hour, right? Nasdaq currently now, it closed on Friday at 20,842, right? This is where we are. And we spoke about this also on Friday, that those that are trading support and resistance, right? When you see a market trending to the downside as it is, right? We've been trying to catch Nasdaq from this low. Again, if you are new here, you would know that we've been trying to sell this below our POC level, right? And for those that are also new here, there are tools that we use to trade, right? So we have what we call, if you go on your trading view, you go on your left hand side, you come to projection, right? If you're using trading view, you come to projection. By the way, guys, if you just join us, please ensure that you like the stream and share it to as many people as you can. Like the stream, right? You come to fixed range volume. You see I've marked it with a star here, right? And a lot of you are always asking me, what is that tool that you have there, right? So this is a fixed range volume. So it shows you on a particular price, how price is being acting on a particular price, right? So you would know that you have a lot of others playing around. It doesn't tell you whether you should buy or you should sell, right? Now you have a strategy to say, fine, if I'm above it, I'm safe to look for buying opportunities. And the tools are simple here. These are the style and the inputs I have, right? So POC stands for point of control. This is where you are having a control of orders, right? So if you pin it maybe from your left hand side to your right hand side, most people, they like putting it on the session open or the day open, right? They would have it on the left hand side, for example. I would say I want it from the left to the right, right? So I want to see where price will be playing around, because some are struggling with support and resistance. So this is not like your number one tool where you say this thing is giving me a signal. No, it's just to assist you if you cannot figure out where you can point out your support and resistance levels, right? So it's clearly telling you that 22,128, this is where you've got a lot of orders piling up, right? Market comes to this level, it goes up, it comes back, it bounces back, it plays around the same line, it goes back, it comes back to the same price, it drops, right? So when you are under it, we normally say if we are under it, then we know that, okay, fine. It seems like price has rejected at a certain price. We are now looking for selling opportunities, right? So the tools are here and they're simple. Please, if you have your phone, I'm just giving you 40 seconds to put this, because some of you are asking me with percentage of the box 30, you leave it as 30, right? Volume profile, you leave it clicked. Okay, you leave it clicked, right? With percentage 30% placement. It's up to you whether you want to see it on the left hand side or the right hand side. Like the Fibonacci retracement you normally see, and I like putting my stuff on the left hand side. Colors, you can play around with it, right? Make sure that VAH, VAL, they are not important. Developing POC, developing VA, leave it unclicked, right? Only click POC, right? And you can put your own color there. It's up to you which color you put. So you can take a picture of this. Inputs, leave it the way it is. Row size 24, value area volume, you leave it at 70, right? Coordinates and visibility, you will find it as it is, standard as it is. Don't play around and don't mess around with it. Okay. So one would ask, Mr. President, if I come back to this level, let's say you take your POC from your previous low, right? You would see that your POC is trading at 21,136, right? And you've got your resistance level, which was your previous support, at 20,937. One would ask, Mr. President, when I come to this level, should I sell to the downside? Yes, I understand. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we use different strategies, right? I would understand if you say to me, you want to sell at this level. In fact, let me make a big chart on this so that, right? I would understand if you say to me, you want to sell here because you want to make a new low. Your low is at 20,400. I would understand if you say, I want to make a new low at 20,200. But the only thing I'm going to disagree with is if the market comes to this level, I'm not going to sell it at that level, right? What I'll be waiting for is this, and I'll tell you why. Peak formation has formed for me, and peak formation forms in two ways. Either it's going to form in a W pattern, right, and a inverse head and shoulder, right? That's price peak for me, okay? That's what I'm going to do. Peak formation has formed, and I'm happy with that. I can even go as low as, do I have a divergence on my RSI? Yes, I do have divergence on my RSI. Okay, so I would be having two confirmation that this price is ready to reverse. So what would a lot of retail traders do at this point? A lot of retail traders are going to sell. Why? Because it's a trend. And yes, I understand. It makes sense, right? But with my experience, I've been trying to do this for some time now. And normally when I sell here, it goes my direction. It stops me out. And all of a sudden, boom, price is dropping to my direction. By that time, I'm stopped out. Price comes back to 21,262. Then I find this price go back down. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? It simply tells you that we have a lot of orders here. Pending orders are saying we retest, put your stop loss just above the POC level, which is the previous POC, and sell, right? You put your stop loss here and you would want to sell, right? So normally this price comes back down. You are smiling for 5 minutes. You are smiling for an hour. You are smiling for 4 hours, depending on which time frame you have used. What normally happens is price goes your direction, then boom, it stops you out, then goes your direction. I'm sure 80 plus people that are watching this can attest to what I'm saying, that normally you would have yourself stopped out and price goes your direction. It normally happens to most of us, right? So what I like doing is, and I want you guys to take a picture of this, right? I want you guys to make a picture of this. Take a picture of this because I want us to do this thing step by step, right? I want you to take a picture of this and see how we are going to trade it during the week, okay? We're going to wait for price to come at least at 20,700. So everything that I'm showing you guys here is going to be real life. We are going to see during the week if it has materialized. If it did not materialize, then we say, okay, fine, reevaluation, right? As a group, as a community. So we are going to wait for price to come maybe at this low at 20,700, and then we go to the upside, right? What is it that we're going to be waiting for? We're going to wait for a rejection candlestick, right? Or an indecision candlestick, right? Don't stress about the names. The names don't really matter. What matters is the purpose of the candlestick, right? We're going to wait for one of these two candlesticks, and then we're going to go to the upside. All right? So, why am I doing this? Look, what happens to your brain when you see this? I've broken below, I'm retesting. What is happening in your brain? I'm trending to the downside. Right? What is happening again to your brain is it's a continuation. Right? And price normally do something like this. Trap. Bang. Then overall to the downside. What I want you to do is to capitalize on these movements here. And I'll show you a practical example that we did. If you were on the live stream on Friday, this is what we did. Look at that. On W2I, if you were here on Friday, you would remember this. Right? I told you, retail traders, they want to what? Sell at this point. Now, peak formation is already formed. You can arguably say it's either this is your inverse head and shoulder or your W, depending on how you see it. It's well up to you, right? So I said to you on Friday, when price reaches this level, you're going to have a lot of retail traders what? Selling. And I said, wait for price to come at least around $69.45 a barrel. Make a decision from there. You understand? We are waiting for this price to come here because, again, what is happening in the minds of many? People have entered here, and when they see price drop, they are like, oh, okay, it's either I also jump in, I'm going to exit here. And price says, I'm only joking. I'm going to go to the upside. All right. So this is a practical example of what I'm showing you with Nasdaq, how we are going to treat Nasdaq in the coming week. Same thing. Same thing. All right. Am I certain that this is going to work out exactly? No, I'm not. I'm using probability here. I'm not sure, but I'm like 70% sure that this thing might go the direction in which I'm thinking it's going to go, right? So technically, I know that I want to buy, okay? Now, why do you wait for a rejection candle? The reason why we wait for a rejection candle is that we are avoiding that when price goes down and you want to buy, maybe experiencing a vector candle like this, chances are it might stop you out. All right. So you wait for a rejection candle so that you know that at least momentum has dropped. Okay. To the downside, then it's a clear direction that maybe this price wants to change direction. So this will be the safest way to enter the trade. Don't make a mistake of buying it while it's giving you candlesticks like this. Okay. And some of you are like, okay, President, if I cannot find it on a particular time frame, what should I be doing? Scale down. Go to a lower time frame. Okay. So I'm going to put an alert on 20,600. This is where I'm going to put an alert. Okay. Because this is what we're going to be expecting during the week. We're going to wait for this price to come here and go to the upside. Okay. So that's our first setup for the week. We're going to be bullish on NAS 100. Okay. The other thing I want to show you guys is you're always asking me, Mr. President, COT data. I cannot read COT data. Guys, I've just discovered something, right? if you go on ChatGPT or you go on DeepSeek, right? Ask it, put this prompt, right? Analyze for me NAS 100 according to the COT data, non-commercial companies, all right? I'm going to try to put it on just quickly. Give me 1 second, please. All right, so I have ChatGPT with me here, right, on the screen. I hope it's visible to everyone. I'm gonna try maybe to zoom it, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we need to see if we can integrate AI into our systems, right? Now, most of you are like, okay, fine. We always hear people say market maker. What is this COT, commitment of traders, all about, right? Hedge funds, money managers. One thing you need to know is that COT trading is all about speculative trading. So you want to see what hedge funds and money managers are doing. They move much of the volume in the market. So if you know their direction, you are most probably safe, right? So this is the prompt I'm going to paste, right? Analyze for me the latest commitment of traders report for gold for non-commercial companies, right? So on the COT data, we normally focus on non-commercial companies. We don't really care about commercial companies because commercial companies are only pushing like 15% of the overall market, right? 15% and 25% is retail traders. The rest, much volume is pushed by non-commercial companies. So you would have retail traders, commercial companies, and non-commercial companies. These are people that are involved in the market. That's why it's called market, right? And basic terms of the market is where buyers and sellers meet, right? So if you put this prompt on ChatGPT, this is what it's going to do. Because some of you are struggling to read it on your own, right? I just have it, there it is. So I said gold, right? Now, if you read this, right? Report indicates that non-commercial traders commonly viewed as speculators held a net long position. So they have 268,000 contracts in gold futures. This reflects a decrease from 284 contracts reported in February, right? So they have a net long of 268 and it's a decrease from 200. So overall was 284, right? So they were net long, they had net long positions, but it seems like they reduced their net long positions. So 284 minus 268, then you would see that they reduced their positions on this. This decline suggests a reduction in bullish sentiments among speculators traded during that period. It's important to note that such shifts can be influenced by various factors, including economic indicators. I don't really care about that, right? But this is what I want to show you on the gold chart. Now look at that. So they've decreased their net long positions, right? from the 21st. Now let me mark it like this. From the 21st, the report we have is from the 21st of, let me have a clean chart. I want to show you how powerful this thing is. Right, so I have it on 21 of February, right? And most can ask, Mr. President, why are we seeing a gold decline from nowhere? Now let's have a look at this. If you come back to ChatGPT, you see that they held net long positions of 268 contracts, right? A decrease from 284. This is as of 21 February 2025. Okay. Now, if you go back to 2025, 21 February, look at that decline there. Look at the decline. For those of you just joined us, please ensure that you like the stream. Ensure that you like the stream as much as you can. Take out your notebook. Learn as much as you can. And if you're saying, Mr. President, I see what you're doing there, but I don't know what you're doing because I'm confused. I don't know anything. It's fine. Stay tuned. We also have free beginner classes that you can always take advantage of. Ensure there's a Telegram link there that you can click on. Come on that group and we'll advertise and tell you more about the beginner classes. It's absolutely free and you guys should take advantage of it, right? If you don't understand what I'm doing here, I would understand because this is more advanced, right? This is more of people that have been trading for some time and they're either profitable or they are not consistent, right? And they want to dive into speculative trading as well as the use of AI, right? So you don't need to go to this website anymore, right? You don't need to go to this website anymore. You don't need this website anymore. You don't need this because normally we would come here, Chicago Board Exchange, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. We normally go to the short format, and what we would normally do is we would study this, look at non-commercial companies. Man, this is a lot of admin. Now AI can analyze that whole information and give it to us like this. How powerful is that? You tell me. How powerful is that? You tell me. All right. So one will ask, Mr. President, how are we trading gold this week? We are going to be bearish this week on gold. Until Tuesday evening, we check what is happening with the COT. If they are increasing their net long positions from 284 or from 268 and maybe they are on 300 worth of contracts in gold futures, we are going for a buy, right? But currently we see that they are taking their net long position. So I know that COT wise, I see that hedge funds and money managers are dropping price. So I'm going to wait for 2,878 and see if maybe we can drop to 2,820. That's my take on gold. Again, we're going to wait for a rejection candle. Again, let's mark this price. Ladies and gentlemen, let's mark this price and see how we hold that price and we can drop. So that's my take on gold this week. Valentin is saying yes, but gold is going down to 2,600. Yeah, it's a possibility, my friend, but I think it's too steep, man. I think 2,600 is too steep. In my opinion, I think we can range around 2008, 2007 before we go to 3,000. I feel like 2.6 is quite steep, my friend. I don't know, but it's a possibility, right? It's a possibility, and it's something that we can look into throughout the week. 2.6 is here. Yeah, it's quite steep. Valentino, I'm going to disagree with you there, my friend. I think we might reach 2.7, maybe 2.7. Then from 2.7, we can go to 3,000. 3,000, which is here. That's my take on gold. That is just my take on gold. So we're gonna wait for to buy at the high at 2.879, so $2,879 an ounce, and we look to take this to the downside. All right, so that's my take on gold. Let's have a look at euro dollar for the week. Start with the daily time frame. So what is quite interesting about this is that we are now at the key significant area, right? No, this is EJ. I want euro dollar, man. Euro dollar. $1. Right. What is quite interesting is that right now on the euro dollar, we are on a key significant area, right? Again, for those of you that wants to utilize the POC, which is the fixed range volume, take it from your first resistance level and to your last, right? So we are now well above it, okay? Now, what is interesting is I have noticed that normally when we reject on the daily, we have a lot of retail traders trying to see that, okay, we rejected on the daily, we go to the downside. My take on this is Euro AUD. Where's my euro dollar? There you go. There you go. My take on this would be we need to buy at the high. All right. Again, let's go through it. Peak formation formed. If you attended the live stream during the week, you would remember, what did I tell you about euro dollar? Don't buy it. Okay, let's go through it together again. Why did I say I don't see it buy? It's because for me, this was 1, 2, 3. And this was going to represent as 4, right? Remember again the rules. Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to this. This is how we normally count if price is going up. We count from here 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, right? Where do you put your fib from the highest point to, the lowest point, current low to the current high? You wait for a fib retracement. Again, bear in mind, the way we trade commodities, crypto, stocks, and indices is different to how we trade Forex, right? So when we trade currency pairs, we trade it with a fib retracement, right? And our retracement level is 786. Okay? So once you hit your 3, you are not waiting for number 4. Because by the time you want number 4 is that you've got a lot of people that are going to buy. So what are you doing buying there? It's a trap. Let's have a look at it. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you bought here, how many people were buying? And we as Choppers community, we said we are not buying. You would remember that we had a lot of people buying here and we said we are not buying. In fact, what did we do? We sold. We sold euro dollar. We took a lot of trades during the course of the week selling euro dollar. We took it to the downside. Why? Because everything happens in threes, right? It's a trap. You see this thing come, drop. You're like, okay, fine, I missed it. Come, drop. You're like, okay, fine, I missed it. I'm going to wait for it to come again. And this is where you get trapped. This is where you get trapped. By the time you're thinking it's going to the upside, this is what it does. There it is there. So this, in fact, will be 4. In most cases, 4 never materialize. You've got 1, 2, 3. So your first wave, second wave, third wave, the fourth one. In most cases, again, ladies and gentlemen, this is all about probability, right? Not all the time this thing does this. We can never be 100% accurate. We still take some losses, but we all always know that it's a probability game, right? So we knew that there's a high chance that 4 is not going to hold. That's why it dropped. So where are we now? How are we going to trade euro dollar this week? We are anticipating a strong dollar. We are anticipating a strong dollar. This is what we are going to do. On 1 hour. If I were you, don't sell there. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's a sucker trade. If you sell there, you're going to think you're going to make a low. You're going to be trapped. Don't sell there. Right? Something like this, maybe, then we can drop. Okay? Maybe from here we can drop. Because from the left shoulder, we can count 1, 2. Fib 2 too low. Right? Fib, you take it from 2 too low. Around $1.04, we are going to look for our sell short positions. Why? We know that retail traders, when they commit here, they're most probably stopped out, and that's when we come in. All right. So we are going to be bearish for euro dollar for most of the week. But remember, again, we need to see. Remember, traps normally happen session open and session close. Okay. So that's how we are going to take euro dollar for the week. British pound USD. We had someone that sold too early. And it's not like I was pissed at the person. It's just that he didn't listen to what I was saying. He sold too early and our stop loss was going to be taken out. And I see someone is asking me about ATR. ATR is very important. You saw on Friday, we almost got stopped out, right? We sold a British pound USD at $1.26. We hit our TP at $1.26063, right? This is where we had our TP, right? And on Friday, we wanted to reload more positions to the downside. But what happened was we were saved by the ATR. Right? So ATR is what we have down here. So I've got a lot of tools that I use, and these are not things that are, helping me to whether to buy or sell. No, these are tools that I use to see if my risk management makes sense or not, right? So ATR is what you see here. Just before I do so, let me give you the settings for the Fibonacci. Please take a picture of it. Those are the tools for the Fibonacci retracement. Take a picture of this. If you are on our private group, you should be having these settings. Everything here must be unclicked. Everything here must be unclicked. Click 0.3826181.786. This is the most important one. This one is the most important one, right? Click on this one. Click on this. And then you go down. To this level, right? Prices should be clicked, levels should be clicked, text should be clicked, font size, it's well up to you. If you wear glasses like me, you can put font to 15 or 20. It's all up to you, right? So those are the settings. Take a picture of this. And please, the information that I'm giving you here, and that's what this community is all about. Go test it out yourself and come back to me and say, Mr. President, this is what I've figured out. I saw 1, 2, 3. Then we can take it from there. Don't just take the information and, start reselling it. And the thing is, our community, man, you try to do your best to give people stuff, they complain. You don't give them anything, they complain. When you give them stuff, they go resell. I hope someone is not recording this and tomorrow is gonna resell a course about this. I know traders can capitalize. Right. Let's go to ATR now. Risk management behind our trades for the euro dollar that we are going to sell. Remember, we said we are going to wait for something like this. Right? Now, choppers, here you've got two options. It's either you can buy here. Remember, again, the rejection candle. Okay. Take 38 to 40 pips. You good? Okay. And ATR, you calculate your ATR according to your risk management. Again, if you're on a private group, you know now how to use the ATR. By the way, guys, if you want to join our private group, it's also free. You just need to fund with Okta. Use my link, by the way, on the description. Just use that link. You sign up and you can use this promo code Trade with MJ. You get your 100% bonus, and you just WhatsApp me. You're good to go. You're good to go. You're good to go, right? So this week I am going to be bearish on euro dollar. I'm going to be bearish this week on euro dollar. Bitcoin is trading at 92,000. Again, we caught it. Stats never lie. If you've been part and parcel of our community, you know. This is what I did on Friday. This is what we said on Friday. We are going to wait for 80,000, right? And these are the two candlesticks we're going to wait for it to 80,000, and we want to buy this at 80,000. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trading only 4 hours on Bitcoin. 4 hours upwards, right? Time frame for this, okay? Now, I said 80,000, we can probably look to reload at 80,000. We go to the downside. We held a sell short position at 99,000 and we came out at 50% to TP because this thing was just playing around with our emotions, right? One can ask, okay, fine, Mr. President, we see. Now, your analysis is done. We see it played out exactly how you said it was going to play out. What are we doing? Same stuff, my friend. We don't change anything. This will definitely be a trap. We're going up. Now, this setup on Bitcoin is more or less the same as WTI. Check out WTI here. More or less the same. On WTI, remember WTI. Now, check Bitcoin on 4 hours. More or less the same. So, I am definitely buying Bitcoin this week. But what is going to confirm my buy? My buy is going to be confirmed by a rejection candle at this point or an indecision candlestick. I'm buying Bitcoin. I think we should also talk to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT about Bitcoin, right? Speculators, where are they having there are others. This week. think we should also consult with ChatGPT, right? Okay, so I have it here on my other system. It seems like they're having their net long positions on Bitcoin recently, being adding more positions. So hedge funds and money managers, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. They are adding their net long positions on Bitcoin. So don't be surprised this week if you find Bitcoin buying. Don't be surprised. If you just join us, please, Chopper, I really appreciate your presence, man. Just ensure that you like the stream. Just like the stream. If you haven't subscribed, ensure also that you subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that when we drop another episode or we come live, it will notify you that we are live. Then you can always join us, right? This is a channel where we share knowledge, we discuss some things, and we ensure that we don't leave anyone behind, right? So if you want to be part and parcel of this community, just ensure that you are also tuning in every time we stream, okay? So I'm bullish. Good question. So Given is asking a very good question. Where will I put my stop loss? So Given, let me tell you something. This is what's going to happen, right? Very good question. Where will I put my stop loss? Now, we are at 93,800, right? I'm looking at buying at maybe 87,664. My stop loss, though, is going to be determined by my rejection candlestick, because I don't know how steep this rejection candlestick can be. Remember, it can be like this, right? So if I enter on the body, for example, right? I cannot put my stop loss here because of how steep the rejection is. I can put it a bit lower, right? And aim for 1:2. Okay? So it will all depend on the rejection candlestick. So what we normally do, Given, is that we would normally have the whole risk reward process after the candles have printed. Because right now we don't know, right? You might find that we are thinking maybe we can have our stop loss here, but you find that the rejection candle is not much, right? Or you get an indecision, because if you get an indecision, let's say you get a rejection like this or this, what's going to happen is you can say you want to enter here, put your stop loss, nope, here, and say you're going to put your stop loss just below the wick, right? And go for 1:2, for example, right? What if, again, it's an indecision? Can you see that if it's an indecision, which is this one here, this one, the cross, right? If it's an indecision, can you see now that if you go for 1:2, your stop loss should be at least here, here, just below this wick, right? And your TP is going to be much lower. You understand? So two candlesticks can give you two different risk rewards depending on how their rejection. This is how we trade. That's how we have formulated this strategy. So we don't have the prices as yet given. Tell you what, the best thing you can do is try to see if you can put an alert around 87,000, for example. Yeah, around 87,000. Study price action at that point and take it from there. Okay. Bitcoin for the weekend, by the way, it's up by 7.8%. In fact, today, Bitcoin was up by 8%. It's a clear message of what can turn out during the week. Hedge funds and money managers have just increased their net long positions and contracts on Bitcoin. Does it mean we just have to jump over and just buy? Absolutely not. You still have to respect your technical analysis. So just wait for price to reach 87,740. Then once you get the rejection, same as the WTI. We didn't know exactly where we can enter, but given, look, this is where we had we wanted to buy here. We had our price at $69.41 cents a barrel, right? This is where we wanted to buy this thing. But can you see it dropped a bit? Okay. Because we still don't have the rejection candle. One can say, Mr. President, why don't we use this one? Yes, it's something to look into. But tomorrow, if this market comes and opens again and plays like this, we might take a buy to the upside, possibly to $70 a barrel on WTI. Right. German. All right, so German, this is what happened on Friday. So I'm gonna talk a lot about Friday so that I can encourage those that do not join us to join us, so that when we do our look and we do back testing of the mistakes we made in the past week, we are all in the same page. So this is what happened with German. We wanted to buy German on 15 minutes, right? So we wanted it to come at this level. Again, more or less the same setup as Nasdaq, Bitcoin, as well as WTI. We wanted this to come down and we wanted to buy here. Can you see these two candlesticks here that I have here? Please don't mind my drawing. I know it's horrible. These two candlesticks that we had here was to buy at a discount. We didn't want to buy there because we're not going to get a pretty much discount. So we wanted to buy here, for example. Right? But we didn't know how steep the rejection candle was going to be. Right? So what happened was this price didn't bite. It decided to go to the upside. Why did it decide to go to the upside? Like I said, what happens when you see this as a retail trader? We broke. Right? We broke, retest. What's happening in your mind as a retail trader? We are all retail traders here, right? Talk to me, guys. What happens is you see this market break, retest. What's happening in your mind? Okay, it did that, retraced at 22,600. We dropped. Did the same thing, right? What will happen in your mind? You're going to think again. We're going to make a new low. That's why we as the choppers, we are like, we don't want to do that. Because we know that if we do that, chances are we're going to be trapped. So we wanted this. Buy at the discount, we go to the upside. That's what we were waiting for. All right. So if you do ask me, we are bullish on German. So German, this is what we're going to do. We're going to see if we can have something like this trap, then we go to the upside. So bullish on German this coming week. So we couldn't get a buy at 22,300. It decided to go to the upside. So we are going to be bullish on German. I hope you guys are writing down these things so that when we trade again during the week, we can always refer to our notes to see how we're going to tackle this thing this coming week. Right. I'm not going to look into stocks today. We're going to have a look at stocks maybe during the week. So I'm only going to focus on commodities, crypto, and as well as currencies. Right. Bullish on German. Bullish also on Nasdaq. This is what we have on Nasdaq. We have our alert at 20,658. So we're going to be bullish on Nasdaq. Gold. Short-term bullish, but we'll look to reload more positions at 2,879. This is where we have gold for the coming week. All right. So I'm anticipating that we can have a powerful and a profitable week, guys. Okay. If you are not on our group, you know what to do so that you'll be able to ask questions, because I know YouTube can limit us sometimes to ask questions, but you can always ask questions when you are on the group real time. Okay. Different strategies that we use. And one thing about our community is that some people are trading something different. But what I like is that we can always see how we can give one another information to say, I want to sell on this one. My reason is 1, 2, 3. Do you guys want to hop on? Then what's your risk reward and whatnot? And you hop on, right? So if you want to join this community, guys, if somebody SMSs you, sends you a text, WhatsApp you, hey, this is MJ. I want to join my group. It's 50 Rand per month, 100 Rand per month. Our groups are free, right? We have free groups from beginner to intermediate to pro, whatever you want to call it. We are just a community. So please don't give people money if they say you must pay for a subscription, as well as I don't do investments, right? I'm not licensed to trade on behalf of anybody. So don't be fooled by anyone who comes on Instagram and say, this is MJ, the president. Give me 50K. I'm going to trade for you. I'm going to give it to you back. In 2 days, I can make this much, or give me 1,000. Think about it, guys. How can I ask you for 1,000, right? Most of you here, you already know that I'm more into big funds. I always preach big funds, right? So how can I ask you for 1,000? I always say, if you are having 1,000, have discipline with it, so that when you have more money, you've already instilled that discipline in you, right? So I can never ask you for this. So just be careful of scammers out there, ladies and gentlemen. More questions, I know they will come. Let me just cover some few questions here. Let me cover some few questions here. Minister of US State said, Mr. President, can we please do this every Sunday? You can imagine, man. I mean, we stream almost like, there's something that touched me, guys. And, some of these things that certain individuals do, man, they make us lose hope, into contributing in this industry. Someone just attacked me on YouTube, said, this guy is always talking, but he doesn't want to analyze and give back. My guy, I'm here for like 3 to 4 times a week, live streaming with my community. It's free. What more do you want? Right? What more do you want? Now it's a Sunday. I should be with my family. You guys should be with your families. But this is how you take your work serious. That you're going to put everything aside and say, this is where I'm going to do my work. A lot of people are doing certain things out there, and they will say, we'll see the charts during the week, but you guys are sacrificing. And this is what I appreciate about people that are serious about this. I cannot promise you that you're going to come into this community, you're going to be profitable in one day. I cannot promise you that. But what I can promise you is you're going to be with like-minded traders that are hungry, right? Like you are. Okay? So I'm just reminded when Minister of US State is asking me that, can we do this every Sunday? I think what we can do, Minister, is we can maybe try. I'll try by all means. I'll have a look at my schedule and see how I can contribute, guys. The thing is, time is limited. Tomorrow I'm doing 3 radio interviews. So in the morning I have to do like the live stream. I have to do the 7 a.m. the live stream. I've got 3 radio interviews tomorrow, right? So time at times it's killing me. I might be doing another interview with Newsroom Africa during the week. I'm just waiting for their confirmation. There's a webinar coming again next week. So there will be a lot of content that we are going to do, ladies and gentlemen. If I am not on the charts with you guys, just know that I'm on the ground trying to mobilize and bring some dignity in our industry, right? So that we can grow. We can all grow at some point. So yeah, I'll consider that. I'll talk to my team and we can see maybe we can do this every Sunday. I think, we have 100 plus people watching this, and it shows there is a demand. Maybe we should look to it. These things of coming every Sunday evening, maybe, right? Maybe. So yeah, we'll look into that. We'll look into streaming every Sunday evening. We'll look into that. Given is asking, how many instruments, pairs, or indices are you trading? So this is what I like trading, my friend. So I like, my number one is always WTI, right? I like trading WTI, obviously on commodities and gold, right? And looking into indices, mostly German is my favorite. German 40 is my favorite, followed by Nasdaq. And then when it comes to currency pairs, I like trading these two currency pairs, Euro dollar and British pound USD. Those are my favorites. Keep crypto, it's mostly Bitcoin. Crypto, I like trading Bitcoin. So I don't have a lot. Don't be, when you see this on the right hand side, ladies and gentlemen, please note that when I'm on the stream, I don't represent myself. I'm representing everyone, right? So all that you see here is someone can, during the live stream, can say, Mr. President, can you look at AUD, USD, or can you look at USD Japanese? Can you look at this? So what you see here is not what I trade. Okay? Mostly what I trade, they are in red. Mostly what I trade, they are in red. Like WTI, can you see it's in red? Google, I like trading Google, by the way. I also hold some stock portfolios, right? Euro dollar, Bitcoin, AUD. So I don't know why I don't have my German here. Let me remove this. Okay. So what I have in red is mostly what I like trading. Okay, so, but number one, yeah, TMS is saying WTI. Man, the WTI for me has been doing wonders. I find it so easy to trade. Right? So, like tomorrow, man, I can't wait for Monday and see if we can buy WTI. Okay, do I lose? Absolutely, guys. I always lose in front of you guys here most of the time. But risk reward is very important. But when it comes to WTI, yeah. Right. Descended difference saying ignore the naysayers, Mr. President. Yeah, man. I'm trying to ignore. I'm trying to ignore negative people, man. I'm just trying to ignore them. By all means, I'm just trying to ignore them, because you do well for them, they complain. You don't do anything, they complain. So, like the text, it's trending now. Look at the text, the crypto text video that I released on Friday. I don't know why I'm being attacked. I'm the messenger, you know. But it's fine. Sometimes we have different opinions, but I always enjoy, you know, disagreeing with people fundamentally. You know, there's one guy who challenged me during the week here on the stream. He was like, Mr. President, I disagree with you on this issue, you know, and this is what I like. People to disagree with me and give me a solution to say, I disagree with you because this is my opinion on it, right? I learn. But when you disagree with me, you curse me, you swear at me. But when you meet me on the street, you want to take a picture with me. But on YouTube, you are cursing me, you are swearing at me. When we are together, you want pictures. You are coming on my DMs, you are asking me for favors, but here you are taking. It never makes sense, but I think maybe human beings maybe are like that, man. I've accepted. Human beings are like that. You cannot please everybody. You cannot be loved by everybody, you know. So, yeah. Dison is also asking me, thank you for all your nuggets you share and your time, Mr. President. Do you trade synthetic indices? No, unfortunately, I'm not, my friend. I'm not trading synthetic. But what I'm trying to do is to get an expert in that, somebody that enjoys trading them in our community, so that he can introduce, because I think I'm happy with what I'm trading so far. So maybe we should get someone who's good at it, so that maybe we can even possibly have two streams, right? Stream for trading what I trade, and we can have a stream for synthetic, only synthetic. It's something that we can look into, right? So Nkosana is asking, with regards to fundamentals, how do we go about putting fundamentals to technicals in order to get a clear picture? All right, so Nkosana, my take on fundamentals is this, right? What I have noticed with respect to the people that are trading fundamentals, because just because something for me, it doesn't work, it doesn't mean it won't work for you. What I've noticed is that fundamentals, when it comes to my strategy, right? Fundamentals, it seems like they are behind. You understand what I mean? Let's say, for example, let me give you a practical example about WTI, for example, right? So let's say something fundamentally comes to say WTI is showing signs of dropping, right? And you find that by the time WTI is going to drop, the market has already moved. You find that by the time they are saying WTI is going to depreciate, you find that it has already depreciated, and you fundamentally, by that time, you are here into accumulative process, right? You are consolidating and you are reading the news, and you find that by the time the news come out, okay, fine, we are expecting a depreciating WTI, right? You will want to sell, and you find that the sell has already occurred. It's according to my strategy, I find it like that. But if you have a strategy that gives you the upper hand, why not? Why not use fundamentals? Every strategy in trading, ladies and gentlemen, it works. According to how you know, stats, data that you've collected, it's all about that. So, yeah, Nkosana, I don't really look at fundamentals, my friend. But I know we've got people here on our community that are they look at fundamentals. I know one good friend of ours here in the community, Koro, right? Koro is a fundamental guy. He reads a lot. So I know he likes looking at fundamentals. So I don't usually look at fundamentals. Lisedi, I see he wants my attention. He's asking for $500. So Lucidi, I would want to say this, my friend. So unfortunately, this is not something that we promote on the channel, right? Because once you open up that room, everyone will be coming on the stream. I can tell you something here, Lucidi. You're not the only one that is in need of that money. There's someone who's watching here. He's probably doesn't have petrol to go to work tomorrow, or doesn't have a taxi money to go to work, right? There's someone here, he doesn't have anything. He's using his last data to watch this. For him, he's like, look, I don't care about other things. I'm going to watch this stream. I'm going to use my last data on this, right? So what we are trying to do as a community is, on YouTube, we are going to implement a donation section, right? Where people can donate, right? Maybe you can donate 5 rand, 10 rands. We take that money and we're gonna see how we can distribute that money to people, whether they're gonna fund their account or whether they're going to what you wanna do. You wanna buy a challenge at this point, right? So I don't know. Maybe they can be a good Samaritan. I cannot say no one cannot help you. Maybe they can be a good Samaritan, but what I know is that communities always fall down the minute we include money here on the stream. You understand? I understand, my friend. You are in need of that money. I understand. But I've seen communities collapse because of money. And I don't want money to make us fight as a community. Right? So I'm just wishing you the best, my friend, that you get that 500. I don't know. I'm just praying for you get that 500. Think about it. If I give you 500 now, how many people will ask for assistance, right? But there are ways in which we can go about it. We spoke last time about selling t-shirts, selling this, just to try to give back to the community, and we can help one another. But I see there are a lot of people here, listen, that are engaging with you. They're giving you advice on how you can go about buying the challenge. So yeah, just take some of the advices they are giving you. That's what this community is all about, man. You are not alone. Just listen to what they say. Valentine is saying, I like the way you are scalping things. Looking forward to this week. Thank you, my friend. TN is saying, to Lisedi, there's a fine line between risk and recklessness. I hope you know which one you side on. Yeah, so let's just look at what everyone is saying here, man, and see how you can go about this whole thing. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this time to thank you. Robza is saying, MJ, WTI is going. I like the way you look at WTI. It looks very interesting, I must say. Yes, man, WTI. There was a time during the year last year, I think around. By the way, I can never. There's someone that introduced WTI on the stream for me, Mr. Ndu. He's also part of our funded. I'm grateful for that man. He just said, Mr. President, can you always look at WTI? And it's something that I never looked into. And I started backtesting it, looking at it. I'm like, oh, I've got gold here. Not like the gold that we trade, like metaphorically speaking, you know. So I started testing and I realized, man, this thing is just massive and it moves. WTI, it moves. It doesn't play around. Look at how, okay, on Friday it closed very low. US 30 was up by 1%. So it was very low. Maybe let's just have a look at the US states, because I noticed that we didn't look at it. Let's just look at it before we close the session. So our take on it during the week was this, right? I want us to also apply our POC. All right, so point of control is around, let me remove this one here. Point of control is around 43,000, right? So my take on this is, I think this has already formed the price peak. We go to the upside, break, retest, impulse, correction. So impulse, correction, impulse, whichever way you want to look at it. ABC pattern, ABC, right? So already this shows us an impulsive movement. We want to correct at this level, wait for the rejection candle. At 43,766, we go to the upside. We go to the upside. All right. So yeah, that's how we are going to look at thingy. All right. Siabonga said, Mr. President, to understand order flow, you need at least a year of experience, right? Look, you know, Siabonga, my friend, I always say that it's, experience in trading, and this is again my opinion, guys. I will also want to hear your view on this. Is I've noticed that, okay, experience. I like taking like aviation, I like comparing aviation and trading as one. I always tell you guys I like planes and whatnot. What I've figured out is that most of the pilots, right, they don't normally range around years, but they range around flying experience. So they will say in the air, I've been in the air for like so many hours. So if you are working for an airline company that is busy, you're always on the air. Obviously, that is experience, right? So I like looking at trading like that, Siabonga, to say someone can have a 3-year experience. Man, I have like 10 years of experience now. Ne? This is my 10 year, right? Man, there are guys that are 6 years that I meet with. There's a guy who's trading for Absa Bank. Killer young man. Killing the markets. That guy, his portfolio is crazy. I would normally have coffee with him and he would be just telling me of, man, the mentality, the psychology behind that young man. It's just on another level. He's been trading for 6 years. Okay? And remarkable stuff. I think he's a better trader than me. Without a doubt. I think that guy he's a better trader than me. He normally say, MJ, you are my mentor. I'm like, man, you should be mentoring me at this point. And I'm just looking at his portfolio, right? So it's the 6 years. So I was asking him, what have you been doing with the 6 years? Data collection. So I'm just answering Siabonga's question that order flow management. Order flow management, yes, is the flow of speculative traders, right? How hedge funds and money managers are adding on their contracts, right? So I would say, yes, maybe to be safe, you can say a year of trading. After a year, maybe you can look into speculative trading. But what I know, Siabonga, is that there are people that have been trading for 5 years and they still don't know what COT is all about. So I think it's all about the hours you put in to find information. It's all about the hours to find information. My mentor is being in the market for 25 years. I was actually having a webinar with him. Some of you joined it on MoneyWeb, right? Simon Brown, the legendary Simon Brown, one of the best traders in South Africa. That's my mentor, right? He's been trading for 25 years. Sometimes when I show him the market, he's like, man, how do you find these things? And I'm like, but I've been trading for 10 years. You are 25, and some of these things that I know, he doesn't know. So it's all about how the market is evolving. We are trying by all means to learn. Like now, I'm using AI, and I got this tip from my mentor, right? Someone told me that look into AI. He said, MJ, I don't go back to the markets anymore to check history like how we used to do. Because you remember, we used to let me clean this chat. We used to do something like this. You say, I want to go back. I want to go back to 2021. I want to go back to see. I don't do that anymore. And thanks to my mentor, he told me, look, you don't have to go back anymore. Go on ChatGPT, ask it what price this thing was trading at, maybe at Monday, 2 November 2020. It will give you the exact price. Something that my mentor told me. Right? He's been trading for 25 years and he's in the public space. He's been doing interviews. You see him on ENCA, you would see him on Newsroom Africa, you would see him on MoneyWeb and all these big trading business channels, right? So I think it's all about the type of or how much information you put in. So I think, guys, we need to utilize this AI. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Nikki is saying, we've got Mr. Mbezi in the house. Mr. Mbezi is saying, Mr. President, what I like about you is that you are well informed. You do your research before saying something. As a leader, I think that's what we need to do, Mr. Mbezi, because people take, one thing I've noticed about information is that if you give people false information and you are thinking your followers are fools, you will end up looking like a fool because people tend to wake up at some point. You will go on a public platform, you didn't do your research. And I think it's something that I also learned from business school, right? The research methodology, right? I was trained to always do research, okay? It's something that I did. So I don't go on TV. And by the way, if you see me on TV, don't just think that I just woke up. There's training I did to be. You can't just be there and analyze for the country. There's training that I did to be on television. It's training that I did. There's a way in which you sit down. There's a way in which you speak. There's a way in which if you see me dressing a certain way, I've got a manager that tells me exactly what I need to wear on a particular. I don't just wake up and say, hey, today I feel like wearing green. There's someone that does that in my team. My manager always tells me what I need to do, how I need to dress, what I need to say. it's all about research, right? Because information is life. The more you take people for granted and you don't give them information, it will come against you at some point. Nikki saying, good evening, Mr. President. It's so true. You will have to be fair. Everyone else here, dash money everywhere. A perfect recipe to downfall risk management, Lesedi. I hope it all goes well. Yeah, man, I would have loved to help you, Lesedi, but like I said, if I open that room, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. All right, let me take some few questions here. T is assisting Lesedi. The Minister of Your State is also, Mr. President, the idea of donating and give back to the community is a great idea. I know for sure that it will help somebody else. Other people could be looking for money and fund their accounts. Yeah, that's why we need to sell t-shirts, need to sell some tickets so that we can help as many people as possible. Kinos is saying, thank you, Mr. President. Don't forget to extend our days in the beginner class with Mr. Butel. It's a lovely session. Keep up the good work. Yes, I'm still here to speak to Mr. Butelezi and extend our beginner classes from 1 day to 2 days. It's great to see people, man, hungry, hungry, you know. T. say, yes, Mr. President, experience in training comes from not how many years you have been in the game, but education and practice. Well said, my friend. You can have 5 years, but you find that in 5 years, you only did backtesting 4 times. Someone has been training for 1 year, he backtests every day. He beats you with experience because he's seeing things that you are not seeing. Right? Because you are counting on the years. He's counting on the precision and the process. All right? Tian is also Mr. President, experience also comes from your ability to teach others. Most traders have been trading for years, but they can't even teach it to other people, don't even know the definition of Forex. Yeah, sometimes when you engage with people like you guys, it helps also with the experience. I've never been a people's guy. Most of you, if you would sit with me, and I think Mobile likes saying this, that when I'm on the screen, it's all about work. When I'm off the screen, I'm a total different person. I'm a shy person. By the way, if you didn't know, I'm a very, very shy person. Very, very shy. You might think I've got it all figured out. I'm very shy. When I see a lot of people, I'm just shy, you know. But if I have to work, whether you are 10,000, you're 50,000, I have to do what I have to do. But if I have to socialize with 10 people, I'll be quiet all the time. So I agree with you there, Tian. Sometimes, teaching people helps you a lot. You know, I never wanted to be a speaker, but ever since I had that experience in high school where I won best entrepreneur for the day, since we had entrepreneurship day, I was asked to do a speech, and when they gave me a mic, I ran off, and it was a joke. Everyone laughed at me, and I never wanted to see that. Hence, I'm trying to step up, because it was not a good feeling, you know. Akola is saying, respect for you taking every phase of your life professionally and seriously. Yes, man, I think that's what, man, I'm saying revolution should come in South Africa, in Africa at large. We are going to be taken serious. In the next 2-3 years, I'm telling you, once you are called the Forex trader, you'll be taken serious. That's the journey. When I came into this industry, my vision was clear. If you want to know about what I drive, you are in the wrong place. You want to know where I stay, you are in the wrong place. You want to know how much money I have, you are in a wrong place, right? But if you want to talk about professionalism and business, you are in the right place. So bring revolution. We've been fooled for some time now, and it's high time we bring in my mother tongue, they call it seriti, right? Let's bring some dignity in our game, and people must start taking us serious, and so that we can scale it. There are a lot of people, right? I told you of farmers in Kimberley. These are Afrikaners with serious money. I had a meeting with them last year, Easter, and they said, look, MJ, we've got crazy amount of money and we want to invest in trading, but the thing is you guys, the way you behave, we don't think you are worth us giving you our money. But imagine if we were being taken serious, we were going to ensure that we have licenses, we comply, so that we can trade on behalf of people. Take our percentages. Nothing wrong with that. The FSCA doesn't stop you from trading for trading for anybody, as long as you are licensed to do so. The FSCA doesn't stop you. It doesn't stop you at all. Right? So let's take our profession serious, and let's see how we can combat this whole thing, right? Trading is all about Mr. President, your achievement in when gauging your achievement in trading, do you use pips or amount acquired? So with me, it's percentage. I normally focus on percentage more than anything. So if I have like an X amount of money that I'm trading, right? So I told you I'm trading a trust account, right? For my family. This is an account for my family, right? And I have a prop firm account and small accounts that I normally run with you guys on the group and whatnot. I normally focus on the purpose, right? And this is something that this guy who's working for ABSA has taught me. How he's pushing percentages, right? Institutions, they like focusing on percentages, right? If you look at even hedge funds and money managers, their whole contract is based on what percentage return one can get. So I don't normally focus on today I have to make $100. It normally messes up my psychology. So when it's percentage based, I normally say, fine, in a month I need to push a certain percentage for me to say, fine, I can take out this much, right? And go about my life. Go on Top Trader, right? There's an episode called Capital is Boss. I'm basically detailing how I'm trading there. How you take capital, you make profit, you take some, you put it back into the business. Okay? The other money runs for operational costs and whatnot. And there are also ways in which you can avoid paying too much tax, right? Keep your records. Okay, so I like focusing too much on the percentage. Other people, when they focus on pips and amount, it works for them. It's just how my brain is wired, just to focus on thingy. Mr. Ndu, by the way, guys, this is Mr. Ndu. This is a guy that said, look into WTI. I think one time I need to buy you a Bentley, Mr. Ndu, and personalize the WTI for you. There, my friend. Mr. President, can we please look into Solana? I like how it moves these days. We'll look into. You see, now he's introducing us to another asset there. Mpomoleko saying, can you please look at S&P 500? Maria saying, I noticed that focusing on one instrument gives you an advantage, especially as a new trader. You start seeing the same patterns repeating themselves daily, and you can start plotting around them. Yeah, absolutely. It also helps, right? Sometimes it can your mind can be all over the place once you see a lot of things here, because so what I do is, can you see on my right hand side, right? Let me try to show you something quickly. Some of you, I'm sure you are familiar with this, right? So I'll show you what I normally like hacking my brain with. So this is, for those of you who know it, it's fine. We thank God. For those of you who doesn't know it, this is heat map. So this shows you all the percentages, right, of what is happening in the markets currently. So if you see all red, it shows you that, let's say, for example, New Zealand against Euro, New Zealand against USD, New Zealand against AUD, New Zealand against, and the list goes on. Now, when it's red all over, right, it shows you how weak it is. So let's say you are a day trader and you're like, okay, fine. I think I want to buy NZD USD. Chances are you might lose that trade because against all majors, it's weak. Okay. So I like looking at percentages, right? So I'm answering Maria's question to say sometimes when you look at one thing, it helps because you are not focusing too much. All right. If you go back to the chart again, you have got percentage change. So what I like doing is that as much as I'm looking at the charts, I like looking at the percentage. Like, for example, Bitcoin doesn't close, right? It's trading throughout the week. It's up by 8.5%. Now, if Bitcoin is up by 8.5% there, chances are, if you want to sell it now, like you just want to sell it, chances are you might lose it, for example. All right? Because it's up by 8.5%. So sometimes to avoid all the drama, I just look at the percentage change. Once I see percentage is not moving, I ignore it. If I see a percentage change like it's on 0.00, and it's not moving much, I just say, okay, fine, there's not much going on here. Let me just be on the sideline. I'll look at it throughout the session. So yeah, Maria, sometimes it's good to just look at one thing so that you don't get confused. Sangi said, Mr. President, I hope you are still looking forward to that interview on Hustler's Corner and the Penwell show. Yeah, man, I had a conversation. So I met with Penwell at some point, and we discussed me coming over to the show. But I'll tell you where I am now when it comes to podcasts, right? So I have like a lot of invitations for podcasts, but I'm turning them down. Right? I'm turning them down because I'm also looking at sponsorships, especially podcasts that has to do with trading. I'm looking at sponsorships as well because when you are with a certain podcast, people can get a wrong narrative that Mr. President, I saw him, he was on a podcast that is being pushed by this broker. Oh, Mr. President is now with this broker, those kind of things. So for now, I think I'm focusing too much on the only podcast I'm doing is Top Trader, right? That's my home, right? And I'm just focusing on mainstream because if you look at our industry, everyone is going to podcasts and whatnot, but no one is playing on the mainstream section. So I'm just focusing on mainstream for now. It's a seasonal thing. Then when I'm done with mainstream, I'm going to go back to doing podcasts. But so for now, I'm not taking any podcasts until I finish with my assignment on mainstream. So I'm doing radio interviews, business shows, and whatnot. Collison, thank you, man. I have copied that professionalism. It helps a lot. Let's get regulated by the FSCA so that the name of our profession takes a turn. Yeah, man, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me love you guys and leave you guys. If you have not subscribed, you have not liked the stream, please do so. I have a lot of WhatsApp messages coming in left, right, and center. Please note, I'm going to answer you guys first thing in the morning, right? I don't usually like being on WhatsApp at this time because this is not my working hours, right? So in the morning, I'm going to answer everyone that is sending me a text on WhatsApp. And then we can see how you guys, I can help you. Like I said, you can go click on that Okta link. There's an Okta link on the description. Even if you don't have the money to fund, guys, do yourself a favor. Just sign up. Put in your name, your surname, whatever. Just register, right? So that when you have the funds, you can always put on the funds. Because sometimes I might say, okay, fine. If you don't have the funds, I'm taking 10 people that have already registered. I want them to join the group and see what we do in our group, right? So do yourself that favor as well, right? The link is on the bill. If you want the 100% bonus, use this promo code Trade with MJ. Then you are going to get the 100% bonus. So if you make a deposit of $100, you're going to have another $100 for free. That helps with your margin, right? So that you can capitalize on that. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. From your president, I want us to stream in the morning, but like I said, I've got a hectic day. I have to do interviews. Again, like I said, I've got 3 radio interviews tomorrow. So I need to prepare for them as well as ensure that admin is in place. But I'm definitely gonna be on the group. If I do stream, you will see by the notification. Like I said, I'm encouraging you guys to join our groups so that you can be updated at all times. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. From your president, it's always all love from me. I will see you on the other side. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was a blessed Sunday. I think, man, we need to do this as much as we can. I think this is what we need to do. But I'll discuss it with my team, and then we're going to take it from there. Thank you so much. God bless, and I'll see you on the other side. Cheers, bye.